So, hello children. So, today I am here to discuss the topic called data visualization. And this is very interesting topic, and this is the very first topic as far as the new concepts in class 12 syllabus, right? So, let's start. This is basically our topic today, data visualization using Python. So before we move on, we need to have a very detailed or very common idea that what do you mean by visualization. Simple. Visualization is what? Visualization is something what we can see with our eyes, and obviously the thing what we can see like will have more acceptance than anything else. And that is why, like, there is a very famous quote that a picture is worth 1,000 words. That means I have a picture, then to explain the picture, I will require to tell so many words, so many lines, something like this. So that means I'm telling so many things. On the other hand, I'm showing one picture. So that means one picture may be sometimes equivalent to thousands of words. That is why visualization is very accepted with our human behavior, or with our human memory and brain, or whatever you say. Now that is the reason, like, whenever we want anything to deliver in front of audience, then always we want to show something to the audience, so that the audience will get a better idea. Audience can keep something more, right? If you tell something only, but while you are telling, if you are showing something, suppose if I do not use the board, obviously you can imagine that the effectiveness, whenever I am using the board, so that when you are listening as well as you are watching, so it will give a better impact in our memory. So that is basically visualization, right? Visualization simply what we can see, right? Now come to data visualization. Now what is data visualization? So data visualization is like not a storytelling, or showing a picture, or telling or showing some movies. It's not like that. We are here to visualize the data. Now what do you mean by data visualization? Data visualization is pictorial or graphical representation of data. Pictorial or graphical representation of data or some information. Now how can we do this? We all know also like we can use charts, graphs, there's something called map, right? So these are the tools by which we can represent our data, right? So in present day scenario, while we have a huge number of data, to handle bulky set of, bulky means huge, big amount of data, the business houses, the big, medium, as well as very low graded or low level organizations, even the government houses also, they use the data visualization process to analyze their present data, so that they can make strategy for the coming days, or strategies for the future years, so that they can face the challenges of the market. So it is very important to make the strategies. How they will make? They will analyze the present day or past years information, and they will make the analysis, and they will make the strategy for the future. So that is the benefit of data visualization. Now I'm just giving one example, like how it will be more effective. Like whenever we watch a cricket match, now suppose you must have seen also, like sometimes we see a pictorial or graphical representation of the score comparisons of both the teams. Whenever we see it in a form of graph, then it gives a better understanding of the situation, that one team comparative to the other, what is the scenario, how they are going, how team A, team B going, and which team will have a more chance to win the match, and what is their situation at this present scenario. It gives the very detailed idea. So that is why the graph or the charts will have very popularity, right? Now the next thing comes that, okay, we talked about data visualization. So I think now you have got very detailed idea like what is data visualization. Now let me come to Python. Like now we are here to work with Python to make these data visualizations. How? So for data visualization in Python, we'll be using some packages. Now let me tell you what do you mean by package. Package is nothing but collection of modules. Package is nothing but collection of modules, right? Now what is module? In class 11 you have done math module, random module, right? So modules means where, and what do you mean by modules? Collection of functions. So the collection of functions are kept in a module, collection of modules are kept in package, right? Now to accomplish the data visualization in Python, we will be using very common and very popular package, which is called Matplot library or Matplotlib, Matplotlib, Matplotlib. That is what something new. One more we have, that we all have done, NumPy. So NumPy will be also required here. Matplotlib, that is very new one, that we will be using here, right? So these are the two packages while we will be making charts or graphs using Python by writing programs. These are required. But apart from NumPy also, you can do by using Matplotlib, like very common and essential one will be Matplotlib. Without NumPy also you can make, but without Matplotlib it is not possible. Why? I will come. Now over there, what kind of, before moving on to that, using Matplotlib, what are the types of charts and graphs you can make? Basically you can make 2D graphs. 2D means two-dimensional graphs. And what are the types of graphs you can make? You can make histogram. I mean, in class 9 or 10 you have done what is histogram. You can make a line graph, you can make bar graph, you can make pie chart or pie graph, whatever it is. You can make error graph, right? So many things. Oh, you can make scatter graph or scatter chart. Like chart and graph, like you can use, suppose chart. Like you can tell pie chart or pie graph, whatever it is. I mean, there is no basic difference between graph and chart, both are same, right? Okay. Now, NumPy, I am not discussing NumPy again, because we know that what is NumPy. NumPy again is a collection where you can get the functions like range, array to make the arrays, and moreover NumPy has got so many built-in functions which are applicable on arrays to do mathematical operations on the array values. Now, what is the utility of NumPy in creating the charts or graphs? Suppose I have a set of values. Suppose I want to make a pictorial representation of the rainfalls for last 10 years in this region. Can you imagine the amount or quantity of rainfalls of last 10 years in this region? What will be the amount of data? Basically what we will do is we will collect this data in NumPy. We will store the values in NumPy, and using matplotlib's functions we will take the data into the graph, and the graph will be formed. Basically that is the role of NumPy in making the charts or graphs. Understood? Good. Now before we move on, we will get some, we'll see some terminologies. Terminologies mean there are some particular terms that we'll be using. First of all, there is a term called figure. What is a figure? Figure is just, I'll draw over here so that you will be able to understand. Suppose this is a place where we will make the graph. That is the graph paper, that is the canvas kind of thing. The whole thing is called figure. In that particular figure, I can make small 4 graphs, I can make 2 graphs, I can make 1 graph, possible. But the whole thing will be called a figure, right? Then we have axis. Axis and axis. What is axis and axis? Axis, from axis we get the plural form axis. Now axis, there are, suppose as I said, that we'll be making 2-dimensional graphs. So you will have x and y. So this will be x, this will be y. So these are the 2 axes. Now commonly they are called axes, where the data will be populated. Suppose this is suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose 100, 200, 300, 400. Now what will be the values that I will be taking? That depends on my requirement. Fine? Okay. Now there is something called artist. What is artist? From the name only it is very clear to understand that artist means whatever object we will put here, everything is called the artist. Like what will be used over here to represent the data will be called artist, right? Then there is something called labels. Now what is label? Label means in which along which axis what type of data I am producing or plotting. Suppose along x axis I am plotting year, right? Not year, basically this will be called time. Now time can be in the form of second, minute, hour, month, year, whatever. Suppose time in year. So along the x axis I am producing time. Along y axis I am producing population, right? So population along y axis, time along x axis. So these will be called the labels, like labels, particularly labels of the axis, right? There is something called legend. What is legend? I think you know these terms. Now legends are basically that legends will explain that which data will be representing what. I'm just giving one example. Suppose I want to plot first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth years, the population of male and female in our let's say in our ward. Suppose this is ward number 1 for an example. In ward number 1, in the first year, the population of male was 200 and female 100. In the second year, population of male is 250 and female is suppose 225. In the third year, it is suppose 200 and female like this. Now how to differentiate? So normally what we do, we put this kind of suppose thing, and over here we are making this. Now over here we will mention this is female and this is male. So this is called legend. There is something called title. Now inside the figure, as I said, I can have more than one graph. More than one graph can be plotted inside a figure. So I will have one title, suppose population. This is the title for this graph. I can have one more graph inside the same figure, so there will be a different title. So title will be respectively respective to the particular graph, and figure will be the whole thing where it can contain more than one graphs, and legend will explain which one is representing what data. That is why legend is very, very important, because if you do not give the legend, then the data will be not so much meaningful, that ye kya hai, so you won't be able to understand that this one is dot means which one, male or female, dot male or female, or that shade male or female. This kind of thing we can do. So legend is very, very important, right? Okay. Now whenever we, as it is very much clear that I have to work with matplotlib package, but which module I will be using? I will be using a package called a module called plot, pyplot, right? So pyplot, like NumPy is a module, so math is a module. That is this way. Pyplot is another module which is there in the matplotlib package. So before working, we must write import matplotlib dot pyplot. As you give a name, suppose I am giving plt, like plot, like NumPy as np we gave. Similarly, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Now under pyplot module we have very, very different functions we have. First function that we have, that is called plot function. Then we have x label function. Then we have y label function. Then we have title function. Then we have legend function. Then we have show function, right? I can have one function called grid. These are the functions I will be requiring. Now in the plot function I have these parameters, first x, then y. X and y, these are the two coordinates. Suppose I want to plot 3, 0, I want to plot 5, 5, I want to plot 6, 2. তো how you will do 30 তাহলে 1 2 3 30 5 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 so that means 1.62 now what is 1 2 3 4 5 6 what is 2 1 2 so these will be the plots so this way x y are the coordinates then we can mention color. Now how can I mention color? Suppose I want to make the color of this graph as blue, so write down B. If I want to make the color as green, so write down G. I want G and then I want to make this as dotted lines. I mean dashed lines. So you write G, give this. So this way it will come. Right? And you can add up some other informations also later on we can see. So this is the coordinates and then the color, right? Then x level over here I wrote now. So this is the x axis time dot year. I mean time in year. So I will write x level in bracket. I will write time in year. In y axis I wrote what? Population. So y level will be population. Then title is what? Population time graph. This way I can write. So population time graph. This is my title. Legend, I do not need to write anything. Legend, if you want legend, then I will only write legend. Now if you write legend, then legend will be shown. If you do not write this, then legend will not be shown. But I will tell that you must mention this because without legend, it becomes meaningless. Then show. Everything I will do, like print, it displays. Similarly, the graph will be visible when we will write this show method or show function. There is one more function called grid. Inside that, if I write true, then you will see these way grid lines. What we normally see in our graph papers, right? Graph notebooks you have seen that grid lines. If you want grid lines, then you write grid true. If you do not need grid lines, no need to mention because by default it is false. Now all the functions, how you will write? Suppose if you remember numpy, what I wrote? Import numpy as np. Now while I used array function, what I wrote? np.array. Same thing you have to use here. plt, so I must write plt.plot, plt.xlevel, plt.ylevel, plt.title, plt.legend, plt.show, plt.grid. So this way you must write plt before every function, then only it will be applicable. Understood? So this is the way we can make any chart. So this is basically the fundamental. So if I write this, okay, if I write this and if I put the values of x and y, then I will see a graph gets prepared. Understood? So this way I can make bar graph, line graph, scatter, pie, so many types of graphs we can make. So this is basically the fundamentals. Now in my live session I will show you how we can write the code and execute it so that we can populate data in the form of graph or chart so that we can do the analysis. Hope you have understood. Right? All the best for today. Thank you.